And I'm like, at the time, our relationship, I was like his big uncle. So I'm not gonna let him do stupid stuff to get himself in trouble or me in trouble. So a lot of that stuff that is probably happened after I left, you understand, other than, you know, the swinging stuff that he did with Kim and other guys and everything.
Okay, talk to me about that a little bit.
I don't know what you want to know about that, Cam. You know, you talking about this is your girl, this is your woman. She didn't even have Christian at the time, but you bringing other guys in with her, and then sometimes be just other girls and her, then other guys, then guys and girls, and they swinging, they doing their thing, bro. You know, I guess that's what the industry is. They like to swing like that. You know, the rock stars do it. I guess the rappers was doing it too.
Was that stuff surprising to you, or were you used to it being
Oh
around the
yeah.
music business?
I'm not gonna have Cam. That's surprising to anybody. You know, who gonna have their girl having sex with another man because you can have sex with their girl, or y'all switching and y'all, nah, man. That's some beyond me. But I know it happens.
Mark Curry has said in an interview that Puff broke Kim Porter's nose when they were fighting on a yacht. Did you ever see anything like that or hear about anything like that?
I've never seen Puff put his hands on Kim like that, other than snatching her and grabbing her or something like that. But as far as no, I heard of the nose breaking. That was something that I heard of that.
I had seen somewhere that, you know, he treated JLo different than he treated Cassie and Kim.
Well, I know that I never seen him with the play fight like he used to do with Kim, because that's how it would start off. He would start off with the play fight, hitting her with pillows and all like that. I guess that love tap, I don't know, that I wasn't into that. I've never been into that with women. So he would start off like that, then it would always probably go up to something, a higher level, or where she wanted him to stop playing with her like that because he may have gotten a little too rough for her. But I never seen him do Miss Lopez like that. And when JLo was around, I used to always just call her Miss Lopez. He would do the flirtation and like have a lot of girls around and then try to play her like that. But, you know, she would check that. And I put in my book one particular night where she was in the we was in the studio and a lot of girls was up there, and J-Lo got, you know, Miss Lopez got mad, and she went home and she put on some jeans and sneakers and put her hair back into a little bun and a ponytail, and she came back to the studio, and Puff had a new song for her because she was heated, and he got rid of all those girls that was in the studio. So he never tried to, you know, straight up, you know, talk to her crazy or anything around people. Never. I never even heard him raise his voice to her.
Okay. Totally different. Totally different than
Totally different. But you got to realize with Kim them and most other people that I've seen him be around, they depended on him. Ms. Lopez didn't depend on him. You know, she had her own.
one thing I've seen a lot of people say was they want to hear from Young Miami.
She's standing by her man. That's what she said, right? I'm standing by my man.
Did she say that? I must have missed it.
Yeah, I think she said that when they was over in London, that she's standing by her man.
That's crazy. I mean, you know, he might not be treating her like that.
I don't know. It's different when a lady says she like to be peed on and she dealing with somebody. That came out her mouth.
Right, I remember.
So you ain't gonna give her what she like?
So she might be actually into all this stuff, or not, not all of it, but some of the stuff
May
that's
not
been,
bother her.
it might not
'Cause
bother her, and she might actually like it.
she can go get her Birkin bag the next day.
Mm. Suge and Diddy had this huge, feud going on. You know, there's this picture that recently came out of Suge playing with Diddy's son. What'd you think when you seen that?
We had saw this picture, and it wasn't the ones that was recently released. It was a picture of Suge hugging Misa, and Misa having Justin in her arms, and the thing said, what the East Coast won't take care of, the caption said, what the East Coast won't take care of, the West Coast will. Puff saw that and almost blew a stack in his head. A vein came across his head. I mean, like he was heated. And he got on the phone. I guess he was trying to reach Misa. He was trying to, he was going crazy. And recently, I had told that story on another platform, and I told the story before, and then somebody said they don't believe it. It didn't happen. I was just capping all this other stuff. And now the photo gets released by I don't know who, and Suge Knight is playing Play Daddy on the floor with Justin. And somebody's taking the pictures of him and everything. I know Puff was probably, I don't know if he probably was still mad at that today to see that. Because he probably didn't know those pictures existed.
In the lawsuit, it talks about a situation where they heard about Suge being at a restaurant, and Puff they allegedly went to grab some guns and go after him or something, man. Do you know anything about that situation?
The part I know about the situation, it wasn't the fact that Suge was at the restaurant. D-Rock, Big's man, was at the restaurant. And they had D-Rock trapped in the restaurant. Now, this story came from D-Rock himself, because I was wondering, I was trying to have a sit down with D-Rock and Puff, and I wanted to have a sit down with D-Rock first and let him know all what happened and how did Big end up going to the party when I told y'all not to go to the party. And that's the party that Big got murdered at. So D-Rock told me how Puff, loaded up some guns and everything and had one of the girls, and I didn't know it was Cassie at the time. His girl came into the restaurant with the guns, giving it to him so he could be safe from whatever was going to go down or whatever they thought was going to go down, with Suge and his people. So that part was true because that was told to me by the person who was in the restaurant.
Was that the only situation like that you're aware of?
About what?
About Puff and Suge?
Man, the times we saw Suge, you got to realize, I was part of Black Hands and Slick in the Family. The time I saw Suge I never had a problem with Suge. You understand what I'm saying? So it was never no issues. I seen Suge at the Super Bowl. It was no problem, no issue with Puff. We saw Suge in the back of the House of Blues, and Tupac was alive at the time. Tupac was in a white top, a white drop top Rolls Royce, Bentley, whatever that is. Suge was in a red one. We rose up to Pac, and Puff tried to speak to Pac. He like, yo, what up, Pac? Pac looked at him and turned his head. Didn't say nothing to him, got right back on his phone. And the dude in the back of Puff at the time was named Riz. Riz said, yo, F him, speak to Suge. Suge is the boss, right? So then Puff said something to Suge. He said, yo, what up, Suge? He said, what's up? He said, yo, you think we got any problems out here? Suge said, I don't know no problems that y'all have. You think we good out here? He said, you should be. I don't, Suge just, I don't know any problems you got, bruh. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
And Pac was alive then. You understand? We drove off. We had a reporter with us. I think he was from either Rolling Stones or that other big magazine.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.